Another beautiful night as we had last night, over 4,000 on hand. Similar crowd moving in here tonight and ready to go. We are down to, including tonight, 9 games left in the regular season, 5 here at home and 4 on the road. And every game counts. With Utah losing earlier today, the Wildcats now have a 1-game lead in the Pac-12 standings. As the Utes are 14-8, the Wildcats are 15-7. Oregon State a game and a half back at 13-8. Oregon 2 games back at 13-9, and USC 2.5 back at 12-9. And those are the top 5 right now in terms of the Pac-12 standings. Again, we'll keep you up to date on the other games going on as the night goes on. By the way, and it is cold in Eugene tonight, but they are playing baseball, so we'll keep you up to date on that one. Ready to play ball tonight? First pitch of the ball game from Clark Candiotti is across for strike 1 to Owen Cobb. Cobb, the second baseman, batting .318 with 7 home runs and 31 RBI. Our temperature check is presented by Proactive Physical Therapy, 88 degrees. Swing and a miss by Cobb, quickly 0-2. We do have a breeze blowing in tonight, not terribly strong, although it's going to pick up tomorrow. Wind right now about 11 miles an hour. Humidity at 10%. 0-2 on Owen Cobb. And Candiotti delivers, and that's popped up. Short center field. Summerhill coming in, and he's got room. He's there. He'll make the catch, and there's 1 down. So good start for Clark Candiotti and the Wildcats. Cobb retired, and now Ethan Hott to the plate. Game 2 of 3 here at High Corbett. Cats winning last night 12-8. Game 3 tomorrow at 12 noon. Then the Wildcats will head to Phoenix on Tuesday to take on ASU in a non-conference game before they pick up conference play on Friday morning in Salt Lake City against the Utah Utes. Ethan Hott batting .322. Takes a strike from Candiotti. Hott last night, 2 for 5, single and a double. He's hit in 5 straight games. This is a good hitting Stanford team. They're young, but getting better as Hott takes one high and inside off his bat. I think, are they going to call that a foul ball? Or I guess it missed his bat. It missed everything. It just went to the backstop. So 1 ball and 1 strike now on Ethan Hott with Court McDonald on deck here in the top of the first inning. So Candiotti 4-2 on the season. And his 1-1 to the plate is just outside for ball 2. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Wildcats have played very well at home this year. 2-1 pitch, up high 3-1 now to Hott with 2 Ts. And with that last conference series here at home against preseason favorite Oregon State, Wildcats hoping to be in a position there to do you know what with the Beavers come to town. Hott fouls one back. Count goes full now at 3-2. If you look at what Candiotti has done recently, I mean, he's just had an outstanding season all around. Full count on Ethan Hott, and the pitch, swing and a miss, chased one outside for strike 3, and there's 2 down. I'll tell you right off the bat, Candiotti showing great control ability to move that ball around the strike zone. So 2 down, bases empty for Court McDonald. McDonald, the first of 4 left-handers in the starting lineup for the Cardinal tonight. And Candiotti out of the windup. Here's his first pitch to McDonald, low and inside for ball 1. McDonald says it hit him in the foot. The home plate umpire tonight, AJ Lostagio, does not agree, and so he's going to tell McDonald to get back in the box. 1 ball, no strikes to count on Court McDonald. And the pitch from Candiotti is hit high in the air down the right field line. Corona into foul territory trying to chase it down, but that will land in the Arizona bullpen. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike now on Court McDonald. Sophomore out of Arlington, Texas. A couple hits last night. Drove in a run. He is their top batter by average with a .342 average. Also leads the team in stolen bases with 10. 1-1 pitch fouled off. 1-2 now on Court McDonald. Malcolm Moore on deck for Stanford. Cardinal playing good ball coming in. They'd won 7 of 10 entering the series last night. And just like Arizona, have won 4 of their 7 conference series thus far, including back-to-back series from Oregon and Cal. Here's the 1-2 pitch now, and it's a ground ball to the right side. Splain will scoop it up, and he'll toss to Candiotti covering for the out, and the inning is over. Cardinal go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the first. Cats coming up. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the first inning, Brendan Summerhill will lead it off for the Wildcats. Then we'll see Mason White and Garen Caulfield. They'll face freshman lefty Christian Lim. He's out of Nashville, Tennessee, making his 12th start of the season. 4-4 record, 3.90 ERA. And just like last night's starter for the Cardinal, Matt Scott, who leads the Pac-12 in strikeouts, and Scott had 7 last night. Lim, very similar to Jackson Kent, and sorry, just lost some paperwork here. Very similar to Clark Candiotti. Candiotti was 70 strikeouts and 70 for Kent entering the game last night. Now it's 78, and so Lim was 70 so far. And he'll face Brendan Summerhill to lead it off here in the bottom of the first inning. Summerhill had been in a little mini slump and got out of it in a hurry with a leadoff triple last night, and then came in to score the first run of the ball game. So Summerhill will start it out here left on left to get things going. Brendan batting .328, 6 homers, 42 RBI on the season. Lim takes a deep breath. Looks down at his feet, winds, and the pitch, and that's ripped foul down the right field line. Summerhill, he likes that first pitch. If he sees something good, he's going to take the swing. 0-1 the count. Lim has a very similar herky-jerky delivery as Matt Scott showed last night, where he'll take his time on the mound, come set, and now here's the 0-1 to the plate. Outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Brendan Summerhill. Cardinal don't do any shifting defensively. At least we didn't see it last night. None here against the left-handed hitting Summerhill. The 1-1 to the plate, and that's taken down low for ball 2. 2-1 now to Summerhill. Brendan had been 0 for 17 entering the game last night. Got that triple in the first inning. Wildcats jumped in front. Here comes his 2-1 pitch, fouled off left side. Even up now at 2-2. Summerhill struck out last night, which is rare for him. He's one of the toughest guys on the team to strike out. I think he and Adonis Guzman, the 2 guys that don't hang many Ks up there. The 2-2 now to the plate, and that missed low again. And the count full now at 3-2. Chip Hale talked about, last night, I asked him about the starters last night, and both had their worst games of the season. It's kind of crazy. It's the 3-2 to Summerhill. Ground ball to the right side. Up with it is Cobb, the second baseman. He'll throw it to first for the out. And there's 1 away. So 1 down now for Mason White. So Jackson Kent gave up 5 runs in 4 2/3. And Matt Scott gave up 8 runs in 4 1/3. Neither are around for the decision. And Chip talked about the fact that both guys had to throw a lot of pitches early. The game kind of dragged on, and it was a warm night, and so that led to it. And also it gets hot this time of the year, and the ball flies. And so if you're a hitter, you love it when it gets hot like this. If you're a pitcher, it's like, oh my goodness. Here's Mason White batting .307, 14 home runs, 53 RBI. White last night, base hit in 5 at-bats. Lim set. And here comes his first pitch now to White. Crossed for a strike. And it's 0-1. Mason's got a nice little, it's not a hitting streak, but his last 10 games, very consistent. That's been kind of his DNA this year. And the next pitch is fouled at the plate, and the count 0-2. Garen Caulfield waiting on deck. Over 4,000 on hand last night. The Wildcats are second to Oregon State in the Pac-12 in average attendance. Great weather and team in first place. That'll bring them out. 0-2 pitch, line to center for a base hit. hot the center fielder over there to cut it off. So a one-out single for Mason White. And the Wildcats are their first base runner of the night now for Garen Caulfield. No score here in the bottom of the first. Military Appreciation Weekend. And honoring those who serve our country. And tomorrow, if you come out early, you don't have to get here really early, but they're going to have a military flyover tomorrow. So look for that. Also, I believe a car show in the parking lot here at High Corbett before the ball game. So I'm coming early to take a look at that. And the final game of the series at noon tomorrow. So here's Caulfield with White at first and one away. Lim with a look over, and the first pitch to Caulfield across for strike one. Garen batting .326, 4 home runs, and 35 runs batted in. Last night, 2 for 4. Both hits were doubles. He walked, he scored 3 times, drove in 2. Lim's 0-1. Checked his swing, did Caulfield. Took it down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Emilio Corona on deck. Here in the bottom of the first. Wind has turned a bit, blowing a little more right to left. Lim with a long look at Mason White. Pitch to the plate. Caulfield lines it out to left center field. On the run, hot. He's not going to get to that one. Ball's going to go all the way to the wall. White around second, headed for third. He'll make the turn. He's coming home, and the Wildcats lead it 1-0. Garen Caulfield with his 3rd double of the series, his 36th RBI. Extra base hits were huge for the Wildcats last night, and they're off to a nice start here tonight. So Mason White scoring from first base on the play. And when that ball gets, out near that 410 marker in left center, well, you can pick up some bases. So the Wildcats now, that is the 8th extra base hit they've had in this series, which is just in the bottom of the first inning of game 2. Emilio Corona at the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Corona batting .275, 6 homers and 28 RBI. Emilio on a 6-game hitting streak, and boy, is he seeing the ball well right now. He's batting .545 over his last 6 games. Lim with a look back at Caulfield, the pitch, and that's fouled away, and the count 0-2 on Emilio Corona. Maddox Michalakis on deck here in the bottom of the first inning. Corona went 2 for 4 last night with a stolen base. Owen Cobb trying to keep Caulfield close to the bag at second. Now he'll back off, and the 0-2 to the plate up high, and it's 1-2 now to Corona. Well, Emilio batting cleanup, and if he continues to hit the way he has here in the last, and really it's been more than just 6 games. His last 13 games he's batting over .400. That is trouble for the opposition. 1-2 the count, and Lim to the plate, way outside. 2-2 now on Corona. Well, even though the Wildcats, power numbers, and I say power numbers, home run numbers have been down this year, and their double numbers have as well. They know where the gaps are here, and they're taking advantage of it here this weekend. The 2-2 to the plate, and that's pop foul right side. Larson giving a look, but it's back into the seats, and the count remains 2-2 now on Emilio Corona. Last year again, the Wildcats, and we remind you of this quite often, they lost their top 5 hitters off last year's team, so you knew some of the numbers would be down. Arizona last year, for example, hit 98 home runs. They've hit 42 so far this season. 151 doubles last year, which led the league. 89, now 90 this year, as Corona takes it inside, and it's a full count now at 3-2. But you don't have to hit it out of the ballpark. And those extra base hits pay dividends. 3-2 to Corona. Check of Caulfield at second. Pitch to the plate, foul back. Just a little piece of it there. It remains 3-2. Wildcats are 16-5 at home this season. And including tonight, 5 home games remaining. Christian Lim, quick look at the pitch com. Left-hander comes set for the payoff now to Emilio Corona. Here it is. It's hit in the air to left field. Here comes McDonald in a hurry, and it falls in front of him for a base hit. Caulfield had to hold up for a moment, so he'll go to third on the play. First and third now with one away for Maddox Mikalakis, and Emilio Corona now with a 7-game hitting streak. That was a tough one for Caulfield. He broke towards third, then he wasn't sure and didn't want to take any chances, so did the wise thing with one out and saw that ball fall in front of McDonald, and so he goes to third on the play, and now Mikalakis to the plate. 1-0 Arizona here in the first, threatening for more. Mikalakis batting .270 with a home run and 24 RBI. Another guy hitting the ball well here the last few weeks. 2 for 4 last night. Both hits were doubles. And Lim with a check of Corona at first, and he'll go over there and throws it away. Here comes Caulfield to score. Corona to second. It's 2-0 Arizona. I'm not sure where Christian Lim was going with that throw to first, but it wasn't anywhere close. 5 wild pitches thrown by the Cardinal last night. That'll go as an error, of course, but it does even more damage. It scores a run. So Caulfield in. Corona to second. Mikalakis at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch in there for strike one. So Mikalakis, since he moved into the field, of course, he'd been the Wildcats DH for the better part of the season, but with the injury to Richie Morales, he's played third base now. This is his 10th start in the field this season, and the 0-1 pitch to him is a bouncer towards short. On the run is Haskins. He'll throw to first for the out. Advancing is Corona to third, and there's now 2 down. So Mikalakis, in the 9 games he has started at third base this year, batting .351, and he admitted, I talked to him a week or so ago, he said, playing in the field, it gives you a little more energy there when you get to the plate, so it's paid off. There's Blake McDonald. Speaking of guys paying off when they get a chance to play, and McDonald has done exactly that. The first pitch to him is in there for a strike. Blake on the season batting an even .300, 2 homers, 12 RBI, 2 for 3 last night, drove in 2 runs. All he's done is in the last 6 games is bat .524. He's 11 of 21 at the plate. And the 0-1 to McDonald. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Adonis Guzman got hurt in practice on Wednesday, and so scratched last night and not starting again tonight. But again, McDonald has done a fine job. They were platooning early in the season. Here's the 1-1 to McDonald, and that's hit in the air down the right field line. Nadi giving chase into foul territory, but out of his reach. So it's 1-2 now on Blake McDonald. 2 runs in here in the bottom of the first. Wildcats with a 2-0 lead. Got Corona at third. Andrew Kane on deck. Blake McDonald, who is tonight starting his 17th game behind the plate. He's been the DH in a couple games. That's right against the lefty Christian Lim. And the 1-2 to the plate, up high. Even now at 2-2. And that's been one of the stories of this team. Like every team, you have some injuries here and there. The Wildcats have had their share. Morales still out. Could be back as early as Tuesday, probably when we get to Salt Lake City. Breifogel's still out, and the pitch here is popped up on the infield right towards the first baseman Larson. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. The Wildcats scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left. We played 1 inning. Arizona 2, Stanford nothing. This is Wildcat baseball from Learfield. Top of the 2nd inning, middle 3 for the Cardinal. Malcolm Moore, Jimmy Nadi, and Brandon Larson to face Clark Candiotti, who retired Stanford in order his first time around. And I think that's going to be another thing to keep an eye on. Last night, one of the reasons, in fact, maybe the sole reason, well, the biggest reason that Jackson Kent left the ball game in the 5th, he threw 100 pitches. And so Candiotti got through the first inning throwing 13, 9 for strikes. And here we go in the second. So Moore batting .247, 13 home runs, 30 RBI to lead it off. Bats left against the righty Candiotti. You heard us ask Chip Hill about the 4 outfielders they used against Moore last night. They'll do it again here tonight. First pitch, and it hits towards the left. In comes Mason White, who's playing left field, and he has it fall in front of him for a base hit. So Moore goes opposite field. And even if, TJ Adams was playing over there in his normal spot, that still would have been a base hit. So Moore leads off the second inning with a single. And Jimmy Nati to the plate. I mean, it's an interesting defense. You don't see it often. And you heard Chip say that if you look at the scouting report on Moore, he doesn't hit a lot of ground balls. And, well, he didn't there. So he's at first. Here's Nati to the plate, batting .329. 6 homers, 34 RBI for the Cardinal right fielder. Candiotti delivers. First pitch low and outside. McDonald has to reach for that one. It's 1-0. Nati 1 for 3 last night, double RBI. He's hit in 7 straight games. Sophomore out of Sydney, Australia on deck. Game 3 tomorrow at noon. Kem Walty will go for the Wildcats. The right-hander is 6-1. We'll check. The Cardinal did not announce ahead of time their starter for Sunday. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch popped him up left side, drifting back, and that's going to get out of play. So 1-2 now on Jimmy Nati. Bottom of the 8th up in Eugene in the second game of that doubleheader, and Oregon in front 5-1 over Utah. And so the Ducks could sweep the Twin Bill today, and then they have the 3rd game of the series tomorrow. Ball and 2 strikes on Nati, and here's the pitch, and that missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Wildcats back, the outfield back to its 3-man alignment. Infield at double play depth. Splain holding Moore on at first. Candiotti set for his 2-2 now to Nati, and here it is. Check swing taken outside. Tried to get him to chase one, and it's a full count at 3-2. Candiotti in his last outing last week at Washington took the loss. Pitch here is a ground ball towards White. He'll underhand to Coffey. Throw to first base. Dug nicely by Splain. Double play. Just what the Cats were looking for, and there's 2 down. 6-4-3. Double play turned. So bases empty now with 2 down, and Brandon Larson to the plate for the Stanford Cardinal. Cats up 2-0 here in the second inning. And Larson batting .295 with 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. Had a career game last night, 4 for 5. Drove in 2 runs, stole a base. First pitch here, ground ball to the right side. Caulfield gobbles it up, and he'll throw to first for the out. Just like that, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second. Wildcats 2, Cardinal nothing. This is Arizona baseball from Learfield. All right, here we go to the bottom of the second inning. Andrew Kane will lead it off, and then we'll see Tommy Splain and TJ Adams. 2-0 Cats, and Kane the DH again tonight, batting .309 with 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Andrew last night also was the DH. Double, drove in 2 runs, scored 1, takes a strike from Christian Lim. Lim gave up 3 hits in the first inning. Retired Summerhill, and then single, double, single, and an error brought home the second run. This one popped up. A little short left field. McDonald coming in a hurry. Out is the shortstop, and making the catch is Haskins, the shortstop, just into foul territory down the left field line for out number 1. So 1 down. And Tommy Splain to the plate. Tonight's home run sponsor, Radiology Limited, invites you to see what's inside. If you have questions about your health or experiencing undiagnosed pain, talk to your doctor about how medical imaging can help you find the answers you need. At Radiology Limited, we take care of those closest to you. 2-0 Arizona. Bottom of the second, Splain to the plate, batting .236. 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. And Lim's first pitch in there for strike one. Splain RBI single last night. .65 right-hander against Christian Lim, and here comes the 0-1 to the plate, and that's down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cardinal head coach David Esker absent again here tonight for a very good reason. His daughter Gabrielle is graduating from South Carolina today. Esker will be here tomorrow. Pitch in the dirt, bounces away from Malcolm Moore, and the count 2-1. So Thomas Eager, their pitching coach, who has been with Esker all 7 years at Stanford, also coached the last couple of years with him at Cal. He's the acting coach tonight. Here's the 2-1. Strike called on the outside corner to Splain. The count 2-2, and that apparently has made some of the locals unhappy. TJ Adams on deck. 2-2 on Tommy Splain. And Lim delivers, and that's driven down to the left field line for a base hit. McDonald over to cut it off. That'll hold Splain to a single. And just like last inning, the Wildcats get a 1-out base hit. And here's TJ Adams to the plate. 4th hit of the night for the Cats. So Wildcats 12 runs on 14 hits last night. Adams to the plate here, and TJ batting .323. Right-hander last night, 2 for 3. Single and a triple. Looks to bunt, fouls it off for strike one. And Adams, you go back to the Sunday game at Washington last week. He was 3 for 5 in that game with a triple and a stolen base, and then 2 for 3 last night. On 1 the count. Adams not showing bunt yet. Lim look at first. Adams not showing bunt as the pitch misses high. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Those guys, you know, TJ Adams, there's a group of guys, and we've talked about what they've done, the contributions they've made, despite the fact that they haven't been regulars all season long. Here's the pitch by Lim down low, quick throw down to first base, and Splain gets back in time. I'm talking about TJ Adams, Andrew Kane, Blake McDonald, and Maddox Mikalakis. And last night, those 4 guys went 7 for 14 at the plate with 7 RBI and 4 runs scored. 2-1 now to Adams, and swing and a miss. Ball got away, and Splain's going to go down to second. So Adams swung over the top of that one, but Moore couldn't handle it. That'll put Splain in scoring position now with the count 2 balls and 2 strikes on TJ Adams. Be the 6th wild pitch of the series so far for Stanford. The pitch to Adams, missed low and away. Full count now, 3-2. So Stanford again last night, just some mistakes. They'll cost you. A couple of errors, 5 wild pitches. Now tonight they've got an error on a wild pitch. And Lim goes full count on TJ Adams, top of the order. Brendan Summerhill waiting on deck. Here's the payoff, and it's strike 3 called. And there's 2 down. First strikeout for Christian Lim. So 2 away now for Brendan Summerhill. 2-0 Cats. We're in the bottom of the second. Summerhill batting .326. And he's been a good 2-out hitter. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Lim and Summerhill. And the first pitch inside for ball 1. Again, I call it a breeze tonight. Might be considered a win coming in now. It's turned back coming in straight away from center field. The 1-0 to the plate, and that's outside. 2-0 now to Summerhill. Mason White hoping for another at-bat here in the second inning. Outfield shaded to the right. Again, no shift on against the left-handed hitting Summerhill. Lim delivers. Summerhill takes it inside, and it's 3-0. Well, Lim, excellent strikeout to walk ratio. Both these pitchers tonight, I mean, Lim has 71 strikeouts, 21 walks. Candiotti, 71 strikeouts, 18 walks. Pitch to Summerhill, missed outside, ball 4. And a 4-pitch walk will put runners at first and second now for Mason White. White singled last inning and then came home on the RBI double by Garen Caulfield. White will come up here in the second inning with 2 on and 2 out and a 2-0 Arizona lead. Mason, the RBI leader in the Pac-12 with 53. Bats left against the lefty Christian Lim. And the first pitch to Mason is hit high in the air to right field. Back on that one is Nat I, drifting over near the foul line now into foul territory and makes the catch for out number 3. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. And after 2 here at the Juice Box, Cats 2, Cardinal nothing. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield. Top of the third, and the bottom 3 for the Cardinal. Trevor Haskins, Luke Lavin, and Timo Bashera to face Clark Candiotti, who has thrown 21 pitches through 2 innings. 1 hit, 1 strikeout. He's faced the minimum thanks to the double play ball. So Haskins batting .299 to start it out here in the third with 6 home runs, 27 RBI. Checks a swing and takes a strike from Candiotti. Haskins, the Cardinals shortstop, 0 for 3 last night. Did have a sac fly, struck out twice. 0-1 coming from Candiotti. Missed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So I mentioned that Clark took the loss last week at Washington. Pitched very well. I mean, 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Ground ball down to third, gobbled up there by Michalakis, spins, fires to first for the out, and there's 1 away. Boy, a tough play for Maddox, and he makes it. Boy, that has been a huge bonus for the Wildcats with Morales out, having Michalakis do what he's done offensively and defensively. So 1 down here for the Cardinal. Luke Lavin to the plate. 2-0 Arizona. Lavin did not play last night. He's a freshman out of Laguna Beach, California. Bats left and hitting .212 in the first pitch, outside ball 1. Lavin with no home runs, 6 RBI. This is his 30th appearance of the season, his 20th start. Or check that. Pitch in there for strike. 25th appearance and 21st start for Lavin. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 1 out, bases empty. Candiotti delivers outside, 2-1. So it goes back again to the fine line that you see in baseball, and maybe a little more fine for the Wildcats this season, where pitching and defense has been really good, very consistent. Here's a bouncer to the right side, scooped up on the short hop by Splain, and he'll win the race to the bag. And Lavin is retired. So 2 down now for Timo Becerra. And so, for example, that game last week, that Saturday game in Seattle, Candiotti, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. The 2 unearned runs came on a walk and an error, and those, there you go. That's the difference in the ball game. Final score: Washington 4, Arizona 3, and that's how close it can be. Here's Becerra batting .306. 14 RBI, bats right. First pitch, nub foul right side for strike 1. Becerra 1 for 5 last night. Cats up 2-0. Two out here in the top of the third. Candiotti delivers the 0-1 high and inside. Becerra will duck out of the way. And the count 1-1, top of the order. Owen Cobb on deck for Stanford. Candiotti delivers the 1-1 taken high, and it's 2-1. Candiotti has not given up more than 3 runs. Actually, I think no more than 2 in a conference game this year. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that's fouled back. It's 2-2. Gave up 4 to Alabama. Well, 3 to USC would have been the high water mark. He's been a huge addition. Here comes his 2-2 to the plate now. Foul back again. It remains 2-2 on Timo Becerra. Stanford, again, a young team getting better, and there's going to be some teams that are going to be a threat in Scottsdale. I'm talking about the teams that right now and probably will be on the outside looking in to the regional play unless they win the tournament. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Check swing by Becerra, and the inning is over. Second strikeout for Candiotti. Cardinal go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the third. Cats 2, Stanford nothing. This is Arizona baseball from Learfield. All right, go to the bottom of the third inning. Garen Caulfield will lead it off for the Cats. Doubled and scored in the first inning. Knocked in the first run of the ball game on that double. Yes, Mason White scored from first base. So after Caulfield will be Emilio Corona and Maddox Mikalakis. Facing left-hander Christian Lim, the freshman out of Nashville, delivers his first pitch here. Hit towards right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and that's going to go to the wall. And Caulfield headed for second, and another double. He's going to make the turn. He's trying for 3. Here's the throw. He slides. He's safe. That ball hit out towards the 405 marker. And Caulfield could see that he had a chance to get to third on the play, and he took it. So all Caulfield has done tonight, double and triple. 9 extra base hits now for the Wildcats in this series. And keep in mind, we are in game 2. So a leadoff triple. Caulfield at third. Emilio Corona to the plate. Singled in the first. And Lim set. Corners come in. Pitch. Grounded foul right side. Well, the Wildcats safety squeeze last night. Blake McDonald put down a great bunt. I don't know if Stanford may be thinking that here. As Larson, the first baseman, comes in onto the infield grass. Corona swinging away on the first pitch. And Lim set now. And the 0-1. Corona takes that high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, it's been a pretty good weekend for Garen Caulfield at the plate so far. He has 4 hits, 3 doubles, and a triple. Here's the 1-1 now. Corona takes it high, and it's 2-1. Maddox Mikalakis on deck. So the first baseman, Larson, stays right on the edge of that infield grass. Becerra, the third baseman, about even with the bag. Caulfield taking the lead there. And Lim's 2-1 now to Corona. Is hit in the air right side. Is it deep enough? In comes Nat I. He's going to make the catch, and Corona's going to hold. So 1 away. That throw into the infield was offline, but with nobody out, you don't want to be that guy thrown out at home plate. So Caulfield will hold there. Corona retired. 1 away now for Maddox Mikalakis. 2-0 Arizona. Wildcats looking to add at least 1 here in the bottom of the third. Runner at third with 1 away. Mikalakis grounded out in the first inning tonight. And Maddox last night 2 hits, both of them doubles, drove in 2 runs. Lim set. And the first pitch, Mikalakis takes it high. Fastball at 90. And the count 1-0. Left-hander at the plate now in Mikalakis. Lim the lefty on the hill. 1-0 to the plate. Taken for a strike. Good pitch. And the count 1-1. Cobb, the second baseman, playing just at the edge of the outfield grass. And Larson staying right where he was when Corona was up there. Off the line on the infield grass, just a step on. And here's the 1-1 now to the plate. And Mikalakis hits it out towards left center field. That's going to get down for a hit. In to score comes Caulfield. And it's 3-0 Arizona. Mikalakis with RBI number 25. And so for Maddox now, he's driven in 3 runs in the series. And here comes Blake McDonald to the plate. Thomas Eager, the pitching coach, out to talk to Christian Lim in the infield. Nobody in the Stanford bullpen right now. And obviously, we're only in the 3rd inning. They would like Lim to hang in there. It's a 3-0 game here. And McDonald, who popped out his first time up, will come to the plate with Mikalakis at first. So Oregon went on to beat Utah 5-1 in game 2 of their doubleheader tonight at PK Park in Eugene. And so the Ducks sweep the twin bill today 7-5 and 5-1. They'll play the 3rd game tomorrow. As far as what that does to the standings, Utah is now 2 games back of Arizona in the loss column. The Utes fall to 14-9. Oregon is now 14-9. Oregon State is playing at Washington State tonight. The Beavers are 13-8. Stanford playing Cal tonight. Or I should say USC playing Cal tonight. USC is 12-9 in league play. So that's your leaderboard right now. All right, here's Blake McDonald. Lim with a look at first. Pitch to the plate. And that's fouled off right side for strike 1. And so some scoreboard watching. At least we get to do that. And by the way, the Beavers trailing Washington State 3-1 now, top of the 3rd in Pullman. Lim with a look over at first and the pitch. And that one knocked out of play, and the count 0-2 on Blake McDonald. Andrew Kane would be next. Non-conference this weekend, UCLA playing Cal State Fullerton. Last night they played at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. Tonight they're at Goodwin Field, the home of the Titans in Fullerton. And the Bruins leading 4-1 in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 0-2, and that's hit in the air down the right field line. Nadai giving chase into foul territory, and he can't catch it. So McDonald will stay alive with a count 0-2. Fullerton beat UCLA last night 2-1 and 12 in Anaheim. And I believe they're playing. They might be at Jackie Robinson tomorrow. I believe that's what I was told, at 3 games at 3 different venues. 0-2 here on Blake McDonald. Mikalakis off first. The pitch up high. And it's 1-2. McDonald glancing into the Arizona dugout. Senior out of Santa Rosa, California, up near wine country. Lim keeps that eye, and now he'll throw to first. Mikalakis dives back to the bag. Maddox not a big threat to run, and you got a left-hander on the hill, and when you're not a stolen base leader, you're going to stay there. Now the way McDonald's hit the ball of late, will they put the hit and run on? We'll see. Here's the 1-2 now. Lim to the plate, missed outside, and it's 2-2 now on Blake McDonald. McDonald, who spent a couple years at St. Mary's, a couple years at Santa Rosa Community College, senior year now at Arizona. And with Now Guzman out again tonight. Great to have a guy like McDonald available. Fouls the pitch back. And the count 2-2. Cats up 3-0 as we play here in the third. Well, Lim, like Matt Scott last night, not in a big hurry between pitches. And he'll go to first. Mikalakis easily back. And we went 3 hours and 38 minutes last night. Now we had a lot of runs. 20 runs, 27 hits. That'll lead to it. But Stanford starting pitchers very deliberate in how they work. Now the 2-2 to the plate, high and inside. McDonald has to twist and duck and turn. Full count now, 3-2. Twilight has arrived. Sun has set now behind the Tucson Mountains. Lights illuminating the field here at High Corbett. Christian Lim with a payoff pitch now to Blake McDonald, and here it is, and it's strike 3 called. I think McDonald knew it. So 2 out, second strikeout for Lim. And Andrew Kane will come to the plate. Game 3 of this series tomorrow at noon. It's also Sunday run day. Kids get to run the bases after the ball game. Don't forget, it's going to be warm tomorrow. And so bring your protection. Spend some time at the concession stand. Keep hydrated as Kane fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Andrew popped out to the shortstop, Haskins, in his first at-bat tonight. Wildcats scored 2 runs in the first, 1 so far here in the third. They've got Mikalakis at first with 2 down. Larson holding him there. Kane, left-hander at the plate. Left-hander Lim on the mound. And the 0-1, and that's called a strike. I don't think Andrew agreed with the call. It's 0-2. Tommy Splain would bat next if Kane can reach here and extend the bottom of the third inning. Lim a look over at Mikalakis. The 0-2 to the plate. Missed away. And it's 1-2. Wildcats have won 17 of their last 21 games. They're in great shape with a high RPI, high strength of schedule. But their goal is to win the Pac-12 championship. And they throw to first. Back in time, Mikalakis. And including tonight, 8 games to go. 2 here with Stanford, 3 at Utah next weekend, and then 3 at home against Oregon State. 1-2 the count to Andrew Kane. Lim again to first. Don't forget that Utah series next week, a little odd timing wise because the Salt Lake City Bees are home, the PCL team, and the Utes and the Bees share a ballpark. So we're going to play early at 10 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, and then a night game on Sunday. Here's the 1-2 to the plate outside. 2-2 now on Andrew Kane. Kane with that open stance at the plate. Leans back on that left leg. Lim checking first again. Now the pitch, and that's in there for strike 3 called, and the inning is over. The Wildcats pick up a run on 2 hits. They leave 1. We played 3 here at High Corbett. Arizona 3, Stanford nothing. This is Wildcat baseball from Learfield. Top of the 4th, top of the order for the Stanford Cardinal. Owen Cobb, Ethan Hott, and Court McDonald to face Arizona right-hander Clark Candiotti. He's faced the minimum through 3 innings. He's allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no walks. 34 pitches thrown thus far by Candiotti, 22 for strikes. Cobb with a fly ball out his first time against Candiotti. So always you get to the 3rd and 4th innings now, and batters seeing the pitcher for the 2nd time, see if they make adjustments as Candiotti misses outside for ball 1. Cobb with 7 home runs and 31 runs batted in. He's hit in 10 straight games. The pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Cobb, a grad student out of Seattle. 5th year playing baseball at Stanford. 137 games now in his Stanford career. The 1-1 pitch to him, and that's popped up left side. That's going to be a tough one. Adams coming in a hurry. White going out. Mason White over the shoulder catch. And there's one away. So 1 down. Ethan Hott to the plate for Stanford. Arizona with a 3-0 lead. That's a tough play for Mason White. Well, he makes those because TJ Adams has a long run to come in. And just a little lazy pop-up. So 1 down, and Hott, who struck out his first time, climbs in, swing and a miss for strike 1. Hott has hit in 5 straight games, 2 hits last night. Arizona native out of Paradise Valley, went to Chaparral High School. Pitch fouled off right side, off the front fencing, if you want to call it that, in front of the Arizona dugout. So the count 0-2 on Ethan Hott. Court McDonald waiting on deck. Well, we expect to see a lot of Wildcat fans. I know it's a Tuesday game, but in Phoenix on Tuesday against ASU. 6:30 first pitch, by the way. Here's a line shot foul left side. Remains 0-2 on Hott. Wildcats, remember last year they had some tough times up there during the regular season, then made up for it in a game here, a non-conference game here. And now this season, ASU won 2 out of 3 in the season series here in Tucson. Cats go up there as Candiotti missed low and away, not by much, and the count 1-2 now on Hott. So we'll be on the air at 6:20 on Tuesday night. And then on to Salt Lake City. The 1-2 pitch from Candiotti, foul back to the screen. It remains 1-2. Some other scores from around the country tonight. Some big matchups as we head into May. Number 1 Texas A&M got beat last night in Baton Rouge 6-4. And tonight they're tied at 3, bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and there's 2 down. 3rd strikeout for Candiotti on the night. And Hott goes down swinging for the 2nd time. So 2 away now for Court McDonald. Wildcat fans, get ready for another rockin' season with a better tasting, healthier protein beverage. Rockin' Protein, official protein beverage of Arizona Athletics. Arizona with a 3-0 lead. 2 out, bases empty here in the 4th. McDonald to the plate. First pitch hit in the air towards center field. Summerhill back and to his left. He'll make the catch. And the Cardinal down 1-2-3. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Arizona 3, Stanford 0. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the 4th, and Tommy Splain will lead it off here for the Cats. And then we'll see TJ Adams and Brendan Summerhill. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Wildcats. No runs, 1 hit for the Cardinal. Splain with a base hit his first time up tonight against Christian Lim. And so here's Tommy back in for the 2nd time, and Lim delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Well, if you missed it earlier, the U of A men's tennis season will continue. The Wildcats with another impressive showing on campus earlier today, beating Auburn 4-0. They beat Boise State 4-0 yesterday. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside 1-1 on Splain. And so Wildcats will head to Columbia in their next matchup. Women's tennis saw their season come to an end today as Oklahoma beat Arizona. But great to see them in regional play. Splain fouls the pitch back. And the count 1-2. Women's golf headed for Las Vegas. NCAA regional starting on Monday. The men have another week before their regional in West Lafayette, Indiana. Here's the 1-2 pitch now. Splain takes it down low, 2-2. And softball with the weekend off. Their season ending a little earlier because of the odd number of teams in the Pac-12 that play softball. And so they're headed to Stanford for the Pac-12 tournament. Swing and a miss by Splain. And he's down on strikes. That is 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Christian Lim. He got McDonald and Kane to end the 3rd and Splain to start the 4th. So 1 down now for TJ Adams. Adams also struck out tonight in his first at-bat. So 4 strikeouts recorded by Lim. Adams in from the right side. Lim delivers, check swing. They'll appeal it, did not go around. So Lim last week against Cal pitched well. 7 innings, allowed 3 runs on 7 hits. Picked up the win. Here's the 1-0 now. Adams takes a strike and the count 1-1. Now his previous game before that it was his worst of the season. So a couple weeks ago against Oregon, he went 7 innings, but he gave up 8 runs on 9 hits and took the loss. Delivers ball 2 to TJ Adams. The next one hit in the air, right field, on the run. Nat I headed for foul territory, but it's going to fall fair, and Adams will make it around to second with a 1-out double. So Nat I playing shaded towards center, and I think maybe got a little late jump on that as well. We're at twilight, and it can be tough to pick up the ball off the bat. Then I think he was hoping that was going to get into foul territory. It did not. It landed a few feet fair. It'll be a double for TJ Adams. And here's Brendan Summerhill to the plate. That is now 10 extra base hits for the Wildcats here in game 2 of this series. In a game and a half of this series. How about that? Summerhill swinging a foul ball at the plate for strike 1. Cats up 3-0. Summerhill 0 for 1 with a walk. Time called here. Home plate umpire wants to do some maintenance in front of home plate. So 0-1 on Brendan Summerhill. Adams off second, 1 away. The pitch taken inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Christian Lim, he was named Pac-12 Pitcher of the Week twice this season, back in March. He is 1-1 to Summerhill. Miss low, it's 2-1. His best outing this year was probably a 6-inning shutout of Creighton. The 2-1 pitch to Summerhill outside, ball 3, 3-1. Mason White waiting on deck. I mean, other than the 8 runs Oregon scored off Lim, he's been really good here as a freshman. Three balls and a strike. Pitch to Summerhill, and that sails by more to the backstop and headed for third on ball 4. It'll be a wild pitch as well. So Summerhill will draw his second walk of the night. And TJ Adams will go to third on the play. Now here's Mason White to the plate. That is now 7 wild pitches thrown by Stanford pitchers here in the series. So first and third, 1 away. A 3-0 Arizona lead. White 1 for 2 tonight, singled and scored in the first. Fly ball out in the second. White with 15 hits in his last 11 games. Bats from the left side against the lefty Christian Lim. Mason, who started every game this season at short, now time called as Malcolm will step out in front of home plate and throw out the defensive signals now. Stanford, first time here in the series, they're going to put the shift on. 3 infielders to the right of the second base bag. First pitch to Mason White, inside, ball 1. 1 out double by T.J. Adams, goes to third on the wild pitch. Summerhill draws a walk, so first and third with 1 down. White at the plate, batting .309. Lim's pitch in there for a strike. It's 1-1. So the center fielder, Hott, is shaded well to the left of his center field position. Big gap out there for White, and he'll take one down low, and the count 2-1. Toby DeMello, third base coach, reminding T.J. Adams, 1 out here. And a throw to first, and easily back is Summerhill. Of course, Brendan's got outstanding speed. Chip Hale's talked about they want Brendan to keep running, and they're working on his footwork, his jump when he's looking to steal a base. Dancing a bit off the bag. Now the pitch to White. Check swing. They say he went around. And the count 2-2. No, you can't appeal that if you're a batter. And I say that about Summerhill, and Chip mentioned it because Brendan is 6 of 12 in steals this year. 6 good, but he's also been caught 6 times. And they think just a little better jump. And there he goes, and White fouls off the pitch on a hit and run. Adams staying at third, waiting to see if indeed White got a hold of it. So it remains 2-2 on Mason White. Summerhill back to first. Lim, look in. Check what they want to do here on 2-2 to Mason White. The pitch. White takes it inside, and not by much. Full count, 3-2. Well, one thing that the Wildcats were able to do last night to Matt Scott, force him to throw a lot of pitches. He ended up having to leave the ball game after 4 1/3. Little toss over to first. Summerhill back. And just as a comparison here tonight, Lim has thrown 80 pitches now. Actually, that'd be 85 pitches now, 86 pitches now. 3-2 to Mason White. Strike 3 called. And there are 2 out. So Lim now has struck out 4 of the last 7 men that he's faced. So it's up to Garen Caulfield here in the bottom of the 4th with runners in first and third and 2 down. 3-0 Cats. Caulfield off to a pretty good start, I'd say. A double and a triple, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Aaron's batting average up to .333. He's got 4 home runs, 36 runs batted in. And Lim delivers. Caulfield takes it in the dirt. Summerhill almost broke for second, put the brakes on, and the count 1-0. Corona would be next. Caulfield with 4 hits in the series so far. Lim to first. Summerhill just a step off the bag, doesn't have to dive back in. Caulfield with 3 doubles and a triple so far here at High Corbett against the Cardinal this weekend. He would be glad to take a simple single here and bring in T.J. Adams. Another throw over to first base. Summerhill very close to the bag. Outfield now shaded to the right. And the 1-0 to the plate in there for a strike. It's 1-1 now on Caulfield. Well, you can see Lim, despite the fact, he's down 3-0 here. And he's thrown a couple wild pitches. And also committed an error that he's got tremendous stuff. He's a true freshman. He's 1-1 to the plate, and Caulfield went around for strike 2. So Lim looking like he's got a little more energy going right now. Trying to get out of this. Ball and 2 strikes on Caulfield. Lim delivers. Caulfield pops it up on the infield. That's drifting into foul territory. Larson, the first baseman, will make the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We played 4. Here at High C, it's the Cats 3, the Cardinal nothing. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield. Top of the 5th, middle 3 for the Stanford Cardinal. Malcolm Moore, Jimmy Nat I, and Brandon Larson to face Clark Candiotti, who has faced the minimum thus far through 4 innings. He gave up the 1 hit, but that was erased on the double play. Moore has the hit when opposite field against this 4-man outfield. The Wildcats will deploy it again. Mason White essentially playing left field right now, and TJ Adams we'll call him left center fielder. Pitch to Moore in there for strike 1. Summerhill right center fielder and Corona the right fielder. Mikalakis will be the only man on the left side of the infield. Caulfield back onto the outfield grass the other way, and here's a pop foul left side, foul territory, and Mikalakis can't quite get there. It bounces off the warning track and into the third base dugout, and the count 0-2 on Malcolm Moore. So because Moore does not hit a lot of ground balls, they feel good about this defense, and now Mikalakis is going to go over to the right side of the second base bag, so there's not a single infielder between second and third base. And here comes the 0-2 now to Malcolm Moore. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and there's 1 away. Well, didn't need the defense there, and that's fine with everybody. That'll be the 4th strikeout by Candiotti. 1 out here in the 5th. Jimmy Nat-I to the plate. 3-0 Arizona. Cats winning 12-8 last night. Trying to secure a series tonight. First one to Nat-I. Fastball in there at 94 for strike 1. Nat-I grounded into that double play after Moore had singled the lead off the second. Candiotti's next pitch missed high. Another fastball at 94, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Wildcats, they lost 2 or 3 to Stanford last year at Sunken Diamond. Next pitch, outside 2-1. They won that Sunday game, and that was a huge win. That was a wild one. Last time Stanford came to High Corbett, the Cats swept the Cardinal here in 2022. Pitch, bouncer down third baseline, short hop nicely by Mikalakis, fires to first for the out, and there's 2 away. A second big defensive play for Maddox Mikalakis tonight, and 2 down here for the Cardinal in the 5th. That'll bring up Brandon Larson. Taco Bell is a proud partner of Arizona Athletics. Taco Bell, locally owned and operated. Liv Moss. 3-0 Cats. We're in the top of the 5th. Larson grounded out to end the 2nd inning. Candiotti's thrown half the pitches that Christian Lim has thrown tonight. Here's a foul ball down the right field line for strike 1. And I say that, I'm looking down to the Stanford bullpen, and they're going to get somebody loosened up because Lim has thrown 91 pitches through 4 innings tonight. And he's been to the century mark before this season. Here's the 0-1 now, and that's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Larson. However, we're approaching 100 pitches, so they'll get somebody ready to go. Here's the 1-1 from Candiotti, low and inside. It's 2-1 now. to Brandon Larson. Trevor Haskins on deck for Stanford. Cardinal have won the last 2 Pac-12 championships in terms of the regular season. The 2-1 pitch, and that's hitting the air to right and deep. Corona back, but looks like he has room at the track. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. And Candiotti through 5 has faced the minimum. 3 up and 3 down. Arizona 3, Stanford nothing. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the 5th inning, and the Wildcats will send up their middle 3: Emilio Corona, Maddox Michalakis, and Blake McDonald. Christian Lim on the hill for the Cardinal again at 91 pitches as we start the bottom of the 5th. Corona 1 for 2 tonight, singled in the first, fly ball out in the 3rd. Wildcats again tonight have pounded out extra base hits, a couple of doubles and a triple. Arizona leads the Pac-12 in triples, one of the best in the nation, top 10 in the nation now with 22 triples as a team. Corona leading the league, and he'll lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th. And Lim out of the wind. His first pitch now to Emilio, swing and a miss for strike 1. Corona with 6 triples. Actually, Summerhill has tied him now. He has, Summerhill with his triple last night. They both have 6. So they're co-leaders in the league. And here's the 0-1. Missed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Emilio Corona. Final from Fullerton. UCLA beats the Titans 4-1. That series, non-conference series, even up at a game apiece. 1-1 to the plate, up high. 2-1 now to Corona. Washington State leading Oregon State 5-1, top of the 5th. Washington. I'll double check this score here. Here's the 2-1 pitch, foul back. The Huskies had a chance to beat Arizona State last night, and it didn't happen. Sun Devils got a walk-off grand slam to win it in extra innings. The Huskies tonight scored a run in the first, 5 in the second, and 4 in the third, and they're still batting, leading 10-0. Get underway shortly. And Oregon swept a doubleheader from Utah today. Corona fouls the next one off. And it's 3-2. So Emilio, who's become one of the Wildcats' hottest hitters here, 7-game hitting streak. He's got 15 multiple hit games this year. Last year he had 16 in the 38 games he played. 3-2 from Lim, outside ball 4. Leadoff walk here in the 5th. That's what Chip Hale calls a quality at-bat. I mean, it sounds simple, it's a walk, but he had to work his way around to get it. So Corona at first with nobody out. Maddox Mikalakis to the plate, right-hander in the Stanford bullpen. 3-0 Arizona with the lead. Mikalakis does not have a sacrifice bunt this season. The Cardinal think he's going to try and put down his first as Becerra in from third base. And before a pitch, they're trying to see if he'll tip his hand here, but Mikalakis just stands in the batter's box. Lim with a quick throw over to first. Easily back is Corona. Now the pitch, swinging away and hit in the air to left field. McDonald over to his right and waiting, makes the catch. Route number one, Corona back to first. So one down now for Blake McDonald. 3-0, Wildcats with the lead. Now McDonald looking into the dugout to see what they'd like him to do here. Now Corona, of course, has got great speed at first base. So again, you've got an All-American candidate catching for Stanford. So let's see what the choice is here. And Lim will go to first, and Emilio just to step off the bag quickly back. McDonald tonight is 0 for 2. Outfield straight away, infield looking for the double play ball. Lim with a check at first, another throw over, and again Corona not far at all off the bag. McDonald waiting for his first pitch, and here it is. Corona going, the throw down to second. He slides head first, he's out. And there's 2 out. And I think Chip Hale's going to challenge it. Corona immediately, as he went in head first, he was still on his belly. And of course, the signal is, you'll hold your hands to your ears as if to put headset on. That's the signal to challenge. And so Emilio immediately looked to the first base dugout to say, or signal, hey, I think I was in there. And so Chip Hale, I agree. And the challenge has been issued. Umpires will go to the umpire room here and take a look at the video. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Arizona with a 3-0 lead. And Corona's either at second with 1 out, or there's 2 out and the bases are empty. We'll find out momentarily. We'll tell you about some of the other scores around the country now. LSU has taken a 4-3 lead over top-ranked Texas A&M, top of the 8th inning in Baton Rouge. The game between North Carolina State and Florida State, a pair of top 25 teams, canceled due to weather in Tallahassee, and they have indicated it is canceled. I'll go back here and check. That was just the second game of the series, and I know that just could be a mistype here on our message board. Kentucky beat Arkansas 11-3. It's a battle of top 10 teams, and they've split the first 2 games of that series. Georgia over Vanderbilt 14-4. And Georgia has won the first 2 of that series. Georgia's number 19 in the nation, Vanderbilt number 17. And the Bulldogs have outscored the Commodores 24-4 through 2 games. So another strong SEC team in Georgia. We've got 1 more game left in that series. Let's see, do we have anything else? I think that's it for now among some of the key matchups. No changes around the Pac-12 right now. Washington finally retired in the top of the 3rd. Huskies with a 10-0 lead on ASU. So I was mentioning it earlier that we'll get to Scottsdale, and right now it's a given. Arizona, Oregon State, with probably the best bets right now to make a regional. Utah is right on the edge right now, and a good chance to get in. But everybody else now is looking to maybe win, or not maybe, they would have to win the Pac-12 tournament in Scottsdale to make a regional. And so you've got teams like USC and Stanford and Cal and ASU who, if they get hot in Scottsdale, they got a chance to win. All right, here's the ruling, and he is out. So the Wildcats lose their first challenge. Corona thrown out for just the 4th time this year. So 2 down, bases empty. And after that momentary delay, Blake McDonald back into the box now with the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Christian Lim walks off the mound to kind of look into the third base dugout. The Cardinal have the bullpen up and working right now. And now what do we got? Thomas Eager, the acting coach, out here to talk to the home plate umpire for a moment. And that was a very brief conversation. Cassius Thomas, who worked last night in the bullpen right now for Stanford. And now we're going to get a message here to Chip Hale. And I was wondering, are they asking for something? And now the umpires are going to get together here. I wonder if they are double checking the count on McDonald, because Lim was looking into the third base dugout, walked off the mound. Then Eager came over to talk to the home plate umpire. And Scott Latendre, who's the crew chief, is headed back into the umpire room, maybe to take a look here at the video. So there might be some confusion here. And is it 1-0 or 2-0? I think that might be the discussion right now. The scoreboard shows 2-0. Our stat monitor shows it's 1-0 on Blake McDonald. And because of that delay there, of course, when they went into the interview room or into the umpire room to check the video, maybe umpires lost track. Now the home plate umpire tonight, AJ Lostagio, now he's got, or should have, his manual counter, and it is 2-0. So that's exactly what they were double checking, and the ball strike count on Blake McDonald. Now Thomas Eager out to ask again. Well, maybe they thought there should have been a strike there instead of ball 2. And so Eager not happy right now, and he's pleading with Scott Latendre, who's the third base umpire tonight. But they've gone and checked apparently, so the count is 2-0. And after this discussion on 2 topics, we'll go back to work. 2 out, bases empty, 2-0 on Blake McDonald. And Christian Lim out of the wind and the pitch, and it's taken for ball 3. 3-0 on McDonald. Andrew Kane on deck. Lim delivers. Ball 4. So after all of that, a 4-pitch walk. Second walk of the inning and the 4th of the night for Christian Lim. Andrew Kane will come to the plate. And here comes Eager. And that might be it for Lim. Again, the pitch count is up. He's over 100 now here on the night. And you would think that, well, you've got a left-hander, Kane, at the plate. I don't know. Do you want to pitch to a left-hander? Do you want to go to the bullpen, bring a right-hander in? You're down 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Eager talking to the infield, and they'll hurry him up here. I think he'd probably like to make the change, and they're letting Thomas throw some more warm-ups down in the bullpen. Well, this game was moving right along, and Clark Candiotti now sitting and waiting. He's been outstanding and maybe even better than that for 5 innings, and they're going to stay with Lim here to pitch to the left-hander Andrew Kane. 3-0. Cats with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Runner at first base with 2 down. Kane's 0 for 2 tonight. Lim checking the pitch comm. Kane, by the way, batting .298. 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. McDonald held on at first by Larson. Here's the pitch to the plate. Inside ball 1 to Kane. Tommy Splain would be next. Wildcats 2 runs in the first, 1 in the third. They've left 6 men on base so far. One to 0 to Kane. The pitch fouled at the plate, and it's 1-1. Well, another great crowd on hand tonight. And why not? I mean, it's May. It's May, right? It's May 4th. One ball, 1 strike. And now the pitch. Swing and a foul at the plate. Count goes to 1-2 on Andrew Kane. Again, we're back here at noon tomorrow. Going to be hot. We know that. Come prepared. You know, the thing to do is to head down to the concessions every once in a while. Forecast says 91 tomorrow. Here's the 1-2 pitch to the plate, fouled off. It remains 1-2 on Andrew Kane. But I mean, the last week or so, I know Chip Hale has said, love it when the weather warms up. He thinks his team plays better. Certainly hitting the ball well. Another 1-2 now to Andrew Kane. Lim, that long pause, kicks, deals in the dirt, and blocked by Moore. Even up at 2-2. And I just think that I'm looking, Lim's been over 100 pitches several occasions this season. He's now at, well, by my count, he's at 108. Been over 100 pitches now, what, 5 of the last 6 games, and delivers ball 3. Now full count. I'll be positive here. If Kane gets away, that's got to be it for Lim tonight. Full count at 3-2 on Andrew Kane. Blake McDonald ready to take off from first. There he goes. Here's the pitch, and it's lined to the first baseman Larson for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. We played 5 here at High Corbett. Wildcats 3, Cardinal nothing. This is Arizona baseball from Learfield. All right, we move on to the top of the 6th here at High Corbett Field. Bottom 3 in the Cardinal order. Trevor Haskins, Luke Lavin, and Timo Becerra against Clark Candiotti. In his first pitch here is taken for strike 1. Candiotti has faced the minimum through 5 games. He only hit the leadoff single by Malcolm Moore in the second. That was erased on the double play. Candiotti has struck out 4. He's walked none. The 0-1 to the plate. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Haskins, who grounded out his first time up. Candiotti right now has thrown only 57 pitches thus far. And his 0-2 is hit towards right. Corona in on that to make the catch. And there's 1 away. So 1 down now for Luke Lavin. Game 3 tomorrow at noon. Cam Walty going for the Wildcats. The right-hander 6-1. ERA of 2.64. Stanford has yet to announce a starter as yet. They have really not had a consistent Sunday starter this year. So we'll find out a little bit later. Here's Lavin, 0 for 1. Candiotti's first pitch fouled off for strike one. Lavin, the DH tonight, did not play in last night's game. Bats left against the righty Candiotti, and the 0-1 to the plate. Missed high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Lavin out of Laguna Beach, Santa Margarita High School. 3 for his last 24 at the plate, and the 1-1 pitch to him is pop foul left side. And Mikalakis gave it the courtesy look, but well out of play. The count goes to 1-2 now on Luke Lavin. The 9-hitter, Timo Bushera, out on deck for Stanford. Clark Candiotti out of the windup, and the 1-2 to the plate. Ground ball to the right side, gloved by Splain, and he will toss to Candiotti covering, and there's 2 down. So 2 away here in the 6th. And we'll see the share to the plate. 3-0 Cats need a reputable home service company. Parker & Sons won the BBB Torch Award for ethics. For all your heating, AC, plumbing, and electrical needs, bear down and call Parker. 3-0 Cats, 2 out, bases empty here in the top of the 6th. Bechara, one of the 4 strikeout victims. Well, actually, there have been 3 because Hott has struck out twice. Bechara struck out to end the 3rd, and Candiotti delivers up high, ball 1. Bechara, 5 of his last 26 at the plate. The 1-0 to him is hit in the air, center field. Summerhill coming in on that one. Underneath it to make the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Clark Candiotti. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Arizona 3, Stanford nothing. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield. Well, as we suspected, the Cardinal will go to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cassius Thomas, who worked last night out of the pen, threw only 3 pitches. And he will take over here in the bottom of the 6th. Christian Lim goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs, all earned on 7 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and tied a season high, throwing 110 pitches tonight. So Lim is done. Thomas is on. And he will face Tommy Splain, TJ Adams, and Brendan Summerhill here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3 runs, 7 hits. No errors for the Wildcats. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Cardinal. Splain 1 for 2 tonight. Will lead it off against Thomas. The numbers, by the way, on Cassius Thomas this year after last night, we can update those. He's 1-1, ERA of 7.71. This will be his 19th appearance all in relief. He's thrown 21 innings, allowing 18 earned runs, 24 hits, 18 walks, 18 strikeouts. In the game last night, I mentioned he threw only 3 pitches, but gave up a run on a hit. So here's Tommy Splain to lead it off. That was, I believe that was Mason White who got the hit off Thomas last night. So here's Splain to lead it off at the bottom of the 6th. Thomas set from the stretch and now kicks and deals. Big swing and a miss. Fastball at 95. So it's 0-1 on Tommy Splain. Wildcats with 2 runs in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. The 0-1 to the plate, and that hit him. And the Wildcats will have their leadoff man on board. Well, depending on how this series plays out, you know, the Cardinal last night, 5 wild pitches, 2 errors. Tonight, an error, 2 wild pitches, now a hit batter. Those things can haunt you. So TJ Adams to the plate. Double his last time up. Thomas delivers, looking to bunt, fouls it off for strike 1. Adams 1 for 2 tonight. Sarah, the third baseman, comes in onto the grass. First baseman Larson holding Splain on at first. The right-hander Adams in the box. Thomas, the righty, on the hill. And his pitch, looking to bunt. Taken outside. Quick throw down to first. Back in time is Splain. And the count 1-1. Another fastball at 95 from Cassius Thomas. So Wildcats have been thrown out trying to steal once tonight. Malcolm Morey's one of the best behind the plate. The 1-1 taken outside. Adams again showing bunt, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield straight away. Infield looking for the double play if Adams swings away here. He's shown bunt so far. Thomas set from the belt. Adams squares up. Takes ball 3 outside. It's 3-1. Well, there's a couple guys standing down in the Stanford bullpen. And their bullpen catcher right between them, but nobody warming up right now. 3-1 to Adams. We'll see what the plan is here. And Thomas delivers, squares to bunt, puts it down, foul, first baseline. So it goes to 3-2, and we'll see here if they take the bunt off. Cassius Thomas, sophomore out of Los Angeles, a transfer from Duke. Set for his payoff pitch. Here it is, swing and a miss for strike 3. So Adams goes down swinging. 1 out here in the 6th. We'll go to the top of the order now, and Brendan Summerhill. Wildcats with a 3-0 lead. Summerhill tonight 0 for 1. He's walked twice. And he'll check with the dugout, see if any changes here. Thomas comes set. Splain will take his lead off first. And the pitch to the plate. Low and inside. Ball 1 to Summerhill. Thomas, prior to his outing last night, had not pitched a lot lately. Here's his 1-0 to the plate, fouled off left side. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Did face 2 batters last weekend against Cal. Did not pitch against Oregon the weekend before that. Here's the 1-1 now. That's bounced over the mound. Gloved by Cobb. He'll toss to second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. Summerhill's too fast. So Splain forced out at second. 2 down now in the inning. Fielder's choice for Summerhill. And Mason White will come to the plate. Cats up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. White with a single and 3 at-bats tonight. Thomas set. And the first pitch. White, big swing and miss for strike 1. Now you kind of wonder here, and it wouldn't shock me. Again, Summerhill's got tremendous speed. You got 2 out in the inning. You got, really good hitter in Mason White at the plate. Here's the 0-1 outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So do you go ahead and take a chance here? You send Summerhill on a straight steal. You go hit and run. Mason had a base hit last night. 1 tonight. The 1-1 to the plate. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Remember, White was huge in that game in April over at Sunken Diamond, that non-conference game. Wildcats stopped over for that Monday afternoon affair, and White hit a pair of 3-run home runs in the Wildcats' 12-1 victory. Here's the 1-2. Summerhill going. It's high. The throw down to second base is not in time. Summerhill slides under the tag from Haskins. Gets to second now. The count on White, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's the 7th steal for Summerhill this season, and now we're going to get a challenge from the Cardinal here. Close play. The pitch was a little high, but a good spot for Moore to take it with a left-hander at the plate and make the throw down. And so Stanford will challenge the play at second. So our second challenge, the Wildcats lost theirs. We'll see here. So Summerhill standing at second, waiting to see if he is safe or the third out of the inning. We'll go to the scoreboard here and bring you up to date on the other Pac-12 games. If you joined us late, Oregon and Utah played a doubleheader in Eugene because of the rain out last night, and the Ducks won both games 7-5 and 5-1. Bottom of the 6th in Pullman, Washington State leading Oregon State 5-1. Bottom of the 4th in Phoenix, Washington 12, Arizona State 1. California beat USC 11-4. And UCLA over Cal State Fullerton 4-1. When we look ahead to next week, the Wildcats are going to be in Salt Lake to take on Utah. Stanford will host Arizona State next weekend. UCLA travels to Oregon State, Oregon at Washington, USC at Washington State, and California will step out of conference play to host San Jose State. And then the final weekend of the regular season, the Wildcats home here to Oregon State. Utah goes to USC, Washington State at Oregon, Washington at Cal, Stanford at UCLA, and Arizona State will have already completed conference play. The Sun Devils will wrap it up next week at Stanford. They'll host Texas Tech. Well, the play stands. So Summerhill with the stolen base. And the count on Mason White at 2-2. So Mason looking for a 2-out RBI base hit here. And now what do we got? A balk? We do. A balk charge to Thomas, and so Summerhill will go to third. Well, you just add that to the Stanford list of mistakes this weekend. Now Mason White still needs a base hit here to bring him home. And the 2-2 to the plate is up high. It's 3-2. Garen Caulfield on deck. Well, White could draw a walk here and leave it up to Caulfield, who's got a double and a triple tonight. Payoff pitch coming from Cassius Thomas. Set from the stretch, and here it is, and it's outside ball 4. And so Caulfield will get an at-bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Caulfield has had a series to remember so far at the plate. Well, we know what his defense does, and it's always solid. But last night, Caulfield went 2 for 4, had 2 doubles, a walk, drove in 2 runs, scored 3. Tonight, he is 2 for 3, a double and a triple. He has scored twice and driven in a run. First and third with 2 down. Cats up 3-0 here in the 6th. And Thomas' first pitch to Caulfield popped up, foul territory right side. Larson will give it a look, but that'll be well back into the seats. And the count 0-1 now on Garen Caulfield. Emilio Corona would be next. We look ahead to the top of the 7th. Clark Candiotti has thrown just 64 pitches so far. He's faced the minimum through 6, allowed just 1 hit. Here's the 0-1 now to Caulfield, taken for a strike. Good pitch there from Thomas. And the count 0-2. Outfield straight away. Infield back with 2 down. Larson will hold the runner White at first. 0-2 the count. Thomas from the stretch. There goes White. The pitch is low. No throw to second. And so Mason White will get a stolen base, his 4th of the season. With a runner at third, Moore did not want to take a chance. So 2 stolen bases here in the inning. Now runners at second, third. The count goes to 1-2 on Garen Caulfield. And Thomas delivers. Caulfield bounces it to the right side. Up with it is Cobb, the second baseman. He'll throw to first for the out. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left. We played 6. Wildcats 3, Cardinal nothing. This is Arizona baseball from Learfield. Top of 7, Owen Cobb will lead it off for the Stanford Cardinal. Ethan Hott scheduled to follow, and then Court McDonald. 64 pitches thrown by Clark Candiotti through 6 innings. 1 base runner, and that was Malcolm Moore, and he was eliminated on a double play. And the first pitch here to Cobb puts a bunt down, and a good one. Up with it, Mikalakis. He'll fire to first, not in time. And so Cobb will beat it out for a bunt single. So prior to that, 13 in a row retired by Candiotti. 2nd hit of the night for Stanford. Well, smart play for Cobb. I mean, you're having a lack of success, and you just want to get base runners, and now Chip Hale's going to use his second challenge here on the play at first base. I wonder, Mikalakis used his glove. I wondered maybe if he thought about barehanding that one. But right now, Cobb's got a bunt single to open the 7th. And Chip, who used his first challenge and lost that, is asking here that they take a look. Well, here's the other thing to keep in mind. Clark Candiotti has been fantastic tonight. Okay, he's given up maybe 2 hits now, depending on the ruling here, through 6+ innings. But it is a 3-0 lead, and Stanford's a really good hitting team. They bat .293 as a group, which ranks them, in the top portion. I think they're 4th in the league in batting, and so you don't just relax and say, hey, we're up 3-0. Candiotti's got this thing in the bag. When you're facing a team that hits the ball well, and Cobb, by the way, one of those, he's riding a 10-game hitting streak. He would extend that if the bunt single is allowed here. So I can understand it. I think it was a right move. And here it is. They didn't take long to look at it. And the ruling is he's safe. So it is a bunt single for Cobb. And now Ethan Hott to the plate. This is the top of the order. And you got a chance maybe to get Malcolm Moore to the plate. So here's Hott. He has struck out twice tonight facing Clark Candiotti. Clark's got 4 strikeouts, no walks. And the first pitch to Hott does not show bunt, takes it outside for ball 1. So you go back to the 2nd inning when Malcolm Moore led off with a base hit, and then Jimmy Nadai grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Wildcats would like to see the same here, and the 1-0 is down low. It's 2-0. So Hott has hit in 5 straight entering the game tonight. Had 2 hits last night, single and a double. The 2-0 showing bunt, takes a strike, pulled the bat back, and the count goes to 2-1 now on Ethan Hott. The Arizona native, twice named All-State at Chaparral High School. 2-1 pitch, low and away, 3-1. I think Candiotti here just trying to readjust. You'd retired 13 in a row, and bunt single to open the inning now, and he gets behind 3-1 to Hott. And here's the pitch, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Hott showing bunt. Mad at himself for not offering after that. It's a full count now at 3-2. So does this change things for the Cardinal here with 2 strikes on Hott? Candiotti delivers, swinging away, hits it in the air to left. Adams to his left to make the catch, and there's one down. You know, TJ Adams is very fast, and you could see there, hesitated a half a second just to see where that ball is headed, and then quickly underneath it. So one down, and Court McDonald to the plate. 3-0 Wildcats. We're in the top of the 7th. McDonald 0 for 2 tonight. Bats left against the righty Clark Candiotti. Splain holding Cobb on at first. The pitch, bounce foul right side for strike 1. I don't think it's too early to look at the fact that Stanford's been shut out 3 times this year. Oh, 0-1 the count on McDonald, and the pitch fouled off left side. It's 0-2 on Court McDonald. Left fielder for the Cardinal. McDonald grounded out to end the first, fly ball out to end the 4th. 0-2 pitch to him, hit in the air to left. Adams on the run near the foul line. That's going to fall foul, and it remains 0-2. Now Stanford has hosted a regional 6 consecutive seasons. I can almost guarantee you that streak will end. Now, of course, they could still get into a regional if they win the Pac-12 tournament. Oh-2 up high. 1-2 to McDonald. Stanford home next week to Arizona State. And they'll close out the season at UCLA. 1-2 pitch, runner going outside, no throw from Blake McDonald. So a stolen base for Cobb, his 6th of the season. So that takes away the double play possibilities. The Wildcats have turned 1 tonight. Count even now 2-2 on Court McDonald. Malcolm Moore on deck. Candiotti's pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3, and now there's 2 away. Well, that's what you want to see, because now Malcolm Moore, with 13 home runs on the season, can't tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. So Moore with 1 of 2 hits tonight. The Wildcats are going to play a more standard defense. No 4 outfielders here. They will put White over to the right side of the second base bag. So the shift on there. So 3 infielders to the right. Caulfield well back onto the outfield grass, and the first pitch to Moore in there for strike 1. Moore singled to lead off the second. Erased on the double play. Candiotti struck him out swinging to lead off the 5th. We're in the 7th. Arizona with the 3-0 lead. Cardinal with a runner at second, 2 down. Candiotti's 0-1. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Stanford does have 1 more non-conference game left at Cal. That'll be on Monday the 13th. Here's the 1-1, and Moore rips that foul down the right field line. It's 1-2. And the Cardinal could, finish with a winning record this season, both overall and in Pac-12 play, but they've got 23 losses right now. They have an RPI well over 100, and so they're going to have to win that thing in Scottsdale to advance on to postseason play. Here's the 1-2 from Candiotti, bounced up there, gets away from McDonald, and down to third will go Cobb. So Stanford now with a runner at third on a wild pitch. So a bunt single, a stolen base, and a wild pitch gets Cobb to third. The count 2-2 on Malcolm Moore. Jimmy Nat-Eye on deck. Moore back in. He'll kind of slide the bat across home plate. Candiotti set for his 2-2. And here it is. And it's up high. Full count, 3-2 now on Moore. I really think, that bunt single, Candiotti, really had things rolling. That bunt single, I mean, it may have just taken a little away. He's got his concentration back here. And the 3-2 pitch to Moore is a ground ball. Scooped up by White. He'll throw to first for the out. Inning over. No runs, one hit. And one left. Nice recovery there by Clark Candiotti. Keeps the shutout going as we move to the bottom of the 7th. Arizona 3, Stanford nothing. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield. Bottom of the 7th, stretch time here at High Corbett Field on a gorgeous night to be outdoors watching baseball. And the Wildcats with a 3-0 lead on the Stanford Cardinal. Middle three due up here. Emilio Corona, Maddox Michalakis, and Blake McDonald. Cassius Thomas, who came in last inning in relief of starter Christian Lim, will continue on here. Thomas hit a batter and walked one in the 6th inning, but no damage. Corona will lead it off here. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. Game 3 tomorrow at noon. Cam Walty going for the Wildcats with his 6-1 record. It's Military Appreciation Weekend. We got a flyover schedule before the ball game tomorrow. Sunday run day. I believe a car show is going on in the parking lot tomorrow, so get hydrated, come out and enjoy us. Strike one to Corona. Thomas set from the stretch. The pitch, swing and a miss, late on that. Thomas has got a fastball. Last inning, throwing it at 95. That was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Played at Duke last year. Didn't see a lot of action. And his 0-2 here to Corona's up high, and the count 1-2. Michalakis on deck. Outfield straight away. Corona in from the right side against the righty Cassius Thomas. And the 1-2 to the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and there's one away. So one down now for Maddox Michalakis. Clipper Automotive provides honest, reasonable, and stress-free automotive repair services. Looks forward to servicing your vehicle. Michalakis 1 for 3 tonight. Drove in a run with that single in the 3rd. Caulfield, who had tripled to lead off the inning, came in. That was the 3rd run of the ball game. That's where we sit now. The Wildcats 3-0 over Stanford. Bottom 7. First pitch to Michalakis, taken high forward, ball 1. Blake McDonald on deck. Wildcats looking to secure the series here. 1-0 to the plate, outside ball 2. Cougars have added a run. They lead Oregon State now 6-1, bottom of the 7th. If you're just looking at the standings, that is good news for the Wildcats. They would like the Beavers to, get hung with a loss. Here's the 2-0 to Michalakis. Missed high, ball 3. And simply because that, could open up a little space between Arizona and Oregon State. 3-0 on Michalakis. And Thomas delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. It's 3-1. I'll get you some major league scores as well here on a Saturday night. A few day games today. Lots going on tonight. Almost everything. And it might all be final by now. Here's the 3-1. Meanwhile, the Michalakis outside ball 4. Well, if the Cardinals lose this game, and they have walked now, their staff now has walked 6. That's the bad news. The good news is none of them have come around to score. So Michalakis at first with 1 away here in the 7th. Blake McDonald to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Cats up 3-0 here in the 7th. No activity behind Thomas in the bullpen. First pitch to McDonald is hit in the air, right side. That's Cobb, the second baseman, making the call and the catch just into foul territory for out number 2. 2 down now for Andrew Kane. Mariners blank the Astros 5-0. Dodgers over the Braves. Check that. That's not final. That's middle of the 8th over in LA. 10-2. Dodgers leading the Braves. Yankees beat the Tigers 5-3. Twins over the Red Sox 3-1. White Sox 6, Cardinals 5. Cubs beat the Brewers 6-5. That'll make Brendan Summerhill happy. Here's the first pitch here to Kane inside for ball 1. Pirates blanked the Rockies 1-0. Colorado held to 1 hit. Rockies record now is 8-25. Jays beat the Nationals 6-3. A's 20, Marlins 4. Pitch to Kane, hit high in the air to center field. Hot back on that one. There to make the catch, and the inning is over. We'll give you more scores later. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. We played 7. Wildcats 3, Cardinal 0. This is Arizona baseball from Learfield. Top of the 8th inning, and Jimmy Nadai will lead it off here for the Cardinal. Clark Candiotti has the only complete game for the Wildcats this season. That was against UCLA here at High Corbett back on March 29th. Gave up just 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Walked 1. He struck out a season high 12 in that game. He's allowed only 2 hits, no runs so far to the Cardinal. And that 0 for 2 will lead it off. And the first pitch, check swing, called strike 1. That is just the 84th pitch thrown by Candiotti. 56 for strikes. He's not walked a batter tonight. He's struck out 5. Here's 0-1 to the plate, low and away. 1-1 to Nadai. All right, I promised you the rest of those major league scores. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Hit in the air. Right center field. Corona over to make the call. And the catch. And there's 1 down. So 1 down now for Brandon Larson. Phillies beat the Giants 14-3. Guardians over the Angels 7-1. Orioles 2, Reds 1. Rangers beat the Royals 15-4. Rays over the Mets 3-1. And the Padres pummeled the Diamondbacks tonight 13-1 up in Phoenix. First pitch by Candiotti, missed outside, ball 1 to Brandon Larson. Larson 0 for 2. 2 hits tonight for the Cardinal. That leadoff single by Malcolm Moore in the 2nd, and the leadoff bunt single by Owen Cobb in the 7th. Swing and miss for a strike. It's 1-1 now on Brandon Larson. 1 out here in the 8th. Wildcats with a 3-0 lead. Candiotti has been superb. He is 1-1 to the plate. Sliced foul out of play left side. Count goes to 1-2. Wildcats with a win tonight, and it's not over yet. They still need 5 outs. They'd stand alone in first place. The 1-2 pitch fouled off again. Utah and Arizona were tied for first when the weekend started. Utes got rained out last night at Oregon. The Wildcats won. They took a half-game lead, and then Oregon swept the doubleheader from Utah earlier today in Eugene. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Larson down swinging. 6th strikeout on the night for Candiotti. So 2 down here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Trevor Haskins. So if the scores hold tonight, because Washington State is beating Oregon State, that game's not over. It's 6-2, top of the 8th. The Wildcats would have a 2-game lead in the loss column over the field. Swing and a miss by Haskins. It's 0-1. Some tough games coming up at Utah, home to Oregon State. 0-1 to Haskins. Bounce foul left side. It's 0-2. Well, the Cardinal have had a couple of pitchers down in the bullpen, but none of them actually throwing in the bullpen, just standing watching. Their starter, Christian Lim, went 5 innings tonight. Cassius Thomas has pitched the last 2. Has not given up a hit. Here's a hit out into left field off the bat of Haskins, so he'll get to first with 2 out. And that'll bring up Luke Lavin. And maybe he's going to be called back here. We'll have a pinch hitter for the Cardinal here in the 8th. Just the 3rd hit for Stanford tonight. So Haskins at first. Brady Reynolds will bat. He's a left-hander out of Bakersfield, freshman from Bakersfield. So Reynolds to bat here for Lavin in the DH spot. Reynolds batting .232 on the season. 2 home runs and 12 RBI. His first plate appearance so far in the series. Lavin was 0 for 2. 3-0 Cats. Runner at first. 2 out here in the top of the 8th. First pitch to Reynolds in there for strike 1. Stanford has had 3 base runners tonight. Again, Moore after the single raced on a double play back in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now on Reynolds. Reynolds has played quite a bit this year. This is his 83rd plate appearance. Candiotti had 0-2 on Brady Reynolds. Runner at first, 2 out. And the pitch, and down low, smothered by Blake McDonald. The count goes to 1-2. If Reynolds reaches, Timo Bechara, the 9-hitter, on deck for Stanford. Candiotti pitching to Jem, the 1-2. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Arizona. Bottom of the 8th inning, Wildcats with a 3-0 lead here over the Stanford Cardinal. Tommy Splain, TJ Adams, Brendan Summerhill due up. Cassius Thomas on the hill for the Cardinal. Stanford does get its bullpen working now. They've had a couple guys standing down there. They get a right-hander up. Tommy Splain will come to the plate. We have to look ahead at the top of the night. Numbers 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Cardinal. And I imagine the conversation down in the first base dugout is something like this. Kevin Vance, the pitching coach, goes over to Clark Candiotti and said, you know, how you feeling? And Clark doesn't say a word. He just gives him that stare. And the first pitch here is into the back of Tommy Splain. So he will go to first to lead things off. Been hit twice by Thomas tonight, both in leadoff spots in the 6th and now here in the 8th. There's TJ Adams. Anyway, Clark Candiotti is just staring at Kevin Vance as if to say, don't you dare ask. I have no idea if that's the conversation, but 98 pitches through 8 innings for Clark Candiotti, and there is no activity in the Arizona bullpen, so it tells you a little bit about what the plan is for the 9th, as far as we know. First pitch here to Adams, up high, shows bunt. Quick throw down to first, back in time is Splain. And the Wildcats have a 3-0 lead, and that is certainly not insurmountable. And Stanford will, get to the top of the order here in the 9th. So Wildcats are playing here to add to the lead. Here's the 1-0. Adams shows bunt and fouls it at the plate. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Wildcats 2 runs in the first, 1 in the 3rd. And although it's felt like the Wildcats have had firm control of this game, they've only had 1 hit since the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-1 to Adams. Bunt put down. Thomas up with it. He'll go to first and dug out by Larson on a low throw. So the sacrifice successful by T.J. Adams. That'll move Splain on to second. Go to the top of the order now in Brendan Summerhill. Wildcats with a 3-0 lead. They won last night 12-8. Chance to win the series tonight. Summerhill 0 for 2. He's walked twice. He's stolen a base. Splain will take his lead off second. Thomas set from the belt. First pitch coming to Summerhill. Taken outside, ball 1. Well, if nothing else, and probably both coaches thinking the same thing, the bullpen's getting a rest tonight. Candiotti's gone the distance through 8. Just 2 pitchers used by Stanford. Here's the 1-0 now to Summerhill. Taken outside, it's 2-0. And I'm going to even look ahead beyond that. If Candiotti can throw a complete game tonight, then you've got a rested bullpen for tomorrow. And remember, the Wildcats have a game on Tuesday up at ASU. Here's the 2-0 now to Summerhill. Hit towards right center field. That is going to get down for a base hit, go all the way to the wall. Around third comes Splain. He's coming in to score. And Summerhill to second with an RBI double. The Wildcats lead it 4-0. 43rd RBI for Brendan Summerhill. Well, that's how you do it. I mean, Cassius Thomas hits Tommy Splain to lead off the inning. Adams moves him over on a sac bunt, and Summerhill brings him home on a double. And the Wildcats' extra base hitting here in this series continues to impress. They had 5 extra base hits last night in the win. Tonight they've got 4. So here's Mason White to the plate. Runner at second, 1 out. 4-0 Cats here in the 8th. And White pitched off the glove of Moore to the backstop. And moving to third on the play will be Summerhill. And the Cardinal have somewhat contributed to this. Wild pitches, hit batters, a balk, the number of walks now that they've issued, and all of it has, and the Wildcats have taken advantage of that. See if they can do the same here. Pass ball charge to Malcolm Moore, his 5th of the year, as White swing and a miss. Count 1-1. Four nothing lead for the Cats here, bottom of the 8th. Runner at third with 1 down. Ball on a strike on Mason White. Garrett Caulfield on deck. Thomas, the right-hander, with the infield in from the stretch. The pitch outside, 2-1. It appears the right-hander down in the Stanford bullpen, I thought maybe he'd stop throwing. Now he gets back up on the mound, and he's missed his catcher a couple times here as the ball is loose out into the field. Umpires don't see it. White takes the ball up high, and it's 3-1.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
Ryan Speciak, who also pitched in relief last night, warming up with the bullpen for Stanford. 3-1 on Mason White. Thomas set. Here's his pitch. White fouls it off left side. Full count now at 3-2. 4-0 Arizona. And the scoreboard watching up in Pullman. Washington State leading Oregon State 6-2 as they go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Payoff pitch now to Mason White. Thomas set from the belt. And here it is, and White hits it in the air to left center field. On the run is Hot, the center fielder. Back, and the catch made actually by the left fielder McDonald. Tagging at third is Summerhill. He'll come home to score, and it's 5-0. White picks up his 54th run batted in. So 2 out, bases empty. And two big insurance runs there for Candiotti. It's 5-0 Arizona here in the bottom of the 8th. And Garen Caulfield to the plate. Caulfield 2 for 4 tonight, a double and a triple. Infield backs up now with 2 out. First pitch coming to Caulfield. And it's a shot up the middle for a base hit. 3rd hit of the night for Caulfield. Well, unless the Wildcats bat around here in the 8th, because I hope they don't get another at-bat after this, Caulfield would come up 1 short of the cycle. Single, double, and a triple tonight. I think last time I said that, I came to regret it. But we'll try it again. Here's Emilio Corona. 5-0 Arizona. Thomas delivers. Corona takes ball 1 outside. So Caulfield with 5 hits in the series. 3 for 5 tonight. 5 for 9 so far. And Stanford pitching. The 1-0 to Corona misses for ball 2, 2-0. Well, we'll see what the Cardinal does in terms of their starter tomorrow. Nick Dugan has started 7 games. He would be a possibility. Here's the 2-0 outside, 3-0. So now down by 5. You kind of figure, I'm just guessing here, that Thomas Seeger, the pitching coach, is hoping Thomas could just finish it out here. The 3-0 to the plate and their first strike. 3-1 now to Corona. Emilio tonight is 1 for 3 with a walk. So he will take a 7-game hitting streak into game 3 tomorrow at noon. Thomas delivers the 3-1. And it's fouled off right side, 3-2 now on Corona. Well, I think tonight the only Wildcat not to reach base tonight is Andrew Kane. The other 8 guys have been on at least once. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again with Caulfield going. He'll head back to first. It's 3-2 now on Emilio Corona. Now, last night, every Wildcat had a hit. 7 of the 9 had an RBI. Tonight, 8 of the 9 have been on. Caulfield ready to go again on the pitch. And the 3-2 coming to Corona, lifted back out of play again, and it remains 3-2. Waiting on deck, Maddox Mikalakis. Three and 2 to Emilio Corona. Cassius Thomas from the stretch. The pitch hit in the air down the right field line. Nat eye into foul territory, but that'll get out of play. So Corona will stretch the at-bat here. Up in Phoenix tonight, they are in the bottom of the 6th. Washington 14, Arizona State 7. And bottom of the 8th up in Pullman. 6-2. Cougars lead the Beavers. Everything else done. Thomas set for another 3-2 to Corona. Here it is, and it's fouled back again. Well, that one made the parking lot. Two out, 2 runs in. And that looks a lot better. 5-0 here, at least going to the 9th. And Corona could add to that. Thomas delivers, and it's high, ball 4. last night, the Cardinal pitching walked 4, and 2 of them came around to score. Now, tonight again, the walk count is up. Stanford pitchers, the 2 pitchers tonight have combined to walk 7 in this game. But so far, none of them have come around to score. Caulfield at second, Crone at first, Mikalakis at the plate. 5-0 Cats, bottom of the 8th. First pitch. Maddox fouls it away for strike 1. Mikalakis 1 for 3 with a walk tonight. He's got 3 hits in the series. Drove in a run with that single in the 3rd. That's left against the righty Cassius Thomas, and here's the 0-1 to the plate, and that is grounded down to first, knocked down by Larson. Up, he will toss, covering in time. Thomas got there for out number 3, and the inning is over, and the Wildcats don't have a challenge, so the inning will come to an end. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left. We go to the 9th, Arizona 5. And Stanford nothing. This is Wildcat baseball from Learfield. All right, to the top of the 9th, Clark Candiati has thrown a 3-hit shutout thus far. He's looking for the complete game victory. He'll face Timo Bashir to lead off the top of the 9th. 98 pitches tonight for Candiati, and he's been in firm control. At one point, retired 13 straight. He's not walked a batter tonight. Bashir 0 for 2. And Candiati's first pitch here of the 9th is in there for strike 1. I don't think many folks have left tonight. They wanted to see this one to its end. They could recognize how great Candiati has been tonight. Here's a line shot into left for a base hit. So that'll be the 4th hit of the night for the Cardinal. So Bashir with the leadoff single here in the 9th. So Candiati's going to be over 100 pitches now, and I guess that's the only thing. You know, those 2 runs were big in the inning, and now immediately they'll get the bullpen up down the right field line, just in case. Owen Cobb next up for the Cardinal here in the top of the 9th. He has 1 of the 4 hits tonight. That was the bunt single to lead off the 7th. Got around to third base, stranded there. 5-0 Cats. We're in the 9th. First pitch from Candiati, outside ball 1, Owen Cobb. Ethan Hott on deck. Of course, a couple more batters down. You got Malcolm Moore, but Wildcats hope they don't see him. 1-0 in there for a strike is Cobb shows bunt. Cobb got that bunt single to lead off the 7th. Stretched his hitting streak now to 11 games. So 1 for 3 at the plate against Candiati. Here comes the 1-1 now, and that's low and outside. Backhanded by Blake McDonald. It counts 2-1. And there might be some, might be a little fatigue setting in here. Candiati's been over 100 pitches before this season. 2-1 pitch is a roller down to first. That's a fair ball scooped up by Splain. He's going to tag out Cobb for the first out. And advancing on to second will be Bashir. So that was the right move by Splain. Sometimes you think, well, let it go foul, but hey, you got a chance to get an out. You take it. So Cobb retired. And there's Ethan Hott to the plate. 5-0 Arizona, top of the 9th, 1 away. Hott 0 for 3. He has struck out twice facing Candiati tonight. Clark has struck out 7. First pitch to Hott. Strike on the outside corner. Look at the high pitch count for Candiati this season. That was 108 against USC back on March 9th. Here's his 0-1 to Hott. Missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And you know that, everybody in that dugout rooting for Candiati here to finish it out. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Chop foul left side. It's 1-2. Now, if the Wildcats had not scored those 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th, there might be some different thinking right now. I mean, you've thrown over 100 pitches on the night. If it was a 3-0 lead, that's one thing. It's 5-0 right now. So maybe a little more leeway. It's a great chance to get out number 2. And the 1-2 to the plate, and that's grounded to the left side, past White into left field. And stopping at third will be Becerra. So 2 on here in the 9th. And like I said, those 2 runs huge. So Becerra at third, Hott at first. Court McDonald to the plate. And then you've got Malcolm Moore on deck. Now, double play, certainly a possibility here. McDonald's 0 for 3 tonight. Bats left against the righty Candiotti. 5-0 Arizona. We're in the top of the 9th with 1 out. Candiotti's first pitch. Outside ball 1. McDonald is 2 for 8 in this series. Both hits last night. He has struck out 3 times. He's hit into 3 double plays this season. The pitch fouled off left side. It's 1-1 on Court McDonald. Like I said, Malcolm Moore on deck. And if McDonald gets a base hit here or gets on, then you've got to wonder. Chip Hale and Kevin Vance talking about that, I'm sure, in the dugout right now. Ball and a strike on McDonald. The pitch, and that is outside, ball 2. 2-1 on Court McDonald, sophomore out of Arlington, Texas. He struck out now, 11 times last 6 games, and the pitch hit high in the air, right side. Caulfield going to make the call on that one on the infield dirt, and the catch. And there's 2 down. So now 2 out here in the 9th. Malcolm Moore will come to the plate. And again, even a home run doesn't tie this game up. So I think that's why they're going to stick with Candiotti here. They've got the bullpen is ready if needed. 5-0 Arizona. Moore tonight had that hit in the 2nd. He's 1 for 3, and that had been the only hit for the Cardinal until the 7th inning. The pitch to Moore, swing and a miss for strike 1. Now, nothing would be finer than to strike out Moore to end the game here. 0-1 the count. Runners at first and third, 2 down. Candiotti delivers. Moore takes it down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Moore last night had a base hit, but he struck out twice. He had 2 home runs against Arizona last year at Sunken Diamond. Ball and a strike to count. Candiotti delivers, and that's fouled off down the right field line, but it goes to 1-2. And now 1 strike away from a complete game shutout for Clark Candiotti. The important thing is to win. The fans would love to see a shutout here. 1-2 on Malcolm Moore. Moore asking for time. He'll step out. Candiotti delivers, bounced up there, and good block by McDonald. Scrambling down to second will go Ethan Hott. And he was headed out on the pitch, so runners at second, third. Again, that's not really a factor right now. Two and two on Malcolm Moore. Candiotti set. The pitch, grounded foul right side. It remains 2-2. Everybody standing here hoping for a shutout. I mean, victory number one priority. 2-2 on Moore. Just in case, Jimmy Nat-Eye on deck. Candiotti looking for his second complete game. The 2-2 to the plate, up high. It's a full count at 3-2. Well, Candiotti now at unofficially, last I checked, 112 pitches. 3-2. Here it is to Moore. Hit in the air to right. Corona's got a play on it. Coming near the foul line. He is there. He makes the catch. Inning over. Game over. Complete game shutout. Clark Candiotti. Mobbed by his teammates, and why not? For the Cardinal in the ninth. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. Final score here at High Corbett. Arizona 5, Stanford nothing. We're back with the totals in a moment. This is Wildcat Baseball from Learfield.
Make sure you get here early. We've got some amazing pregame promotions, including a car show in the parking lot, plus a military flyover during the national anthem. That's tomorrow.